Welcome back, my delinquents. The Streamer Awards and the VTuber Awards are underway. Too similar to worse reactions than last year. If you're unaware, every year there seems to be a massive drama around these awards, accusations of it just being a circle jerk for big creators to constant fighting about whose fave streamer is the best and how every other one sucks but their fave, resulting in at least one meltdown by QTC Cinderella every year, if we're lucky only one. Which honestly, paying more attention this year to the many different award shows, I don't really blame her, as I've yet to see one where the community did not go completely feral. It seems no matter how you run it, people always complain when it comes to award shows. I'm gonna be doing a bit of a deep dive into some of the things I've seen so far during the Streamer Awards and a couple examples of the feralness that goes on. This year being no different with VTuber and creator drama, which we'll go into in our examples about the problems with award shows, specifically online award shows, but honestly, I feel like even old school award shows have these similar problems. First, with the nominations themselves. A lot of creators complaining the nominations were obvious and only the top 0.1% of creators. Pointing out that most nominees were friends of the award runners, which honestly is to be expected. Most top streamers, most of them know each other. It's a bit incestuous. Ooh, a bad word, but it's a bit incestuous, a lot of the top streamers. This complaint went around for the VTuber Awards too, but mainly pointing at the Streamer Awards. Though I can see why some people might see it this way. It makes sense the award nominees are the top streamers. Realistically, that is who the nominees should be, the top streamers, as it is to award the best in their genres. It's not set up really to highlight small creators, and I don't think it should be expected to do that, because that's not really what it's for. The overlooking creators just not as mainstream but still large is a frustration I can get behind, especially different language streamers or different country streamers tend to be ignored, as there is just a lot of creators even in the thousands of viewers on multiple different platforms. The main category I can say this complaint fitting in is the Rising Star category. Most people in this nomination, especially in the VTuber Awards, I noticed had around 100k plus subs, be it on YouTube or Twitch, which can be regarded rather high for a rising star, though it is highly debatable what counts as a rising star, and I think that's why this category could probably have the most debate about if it's biased or not. As pointed out by some people, a lot of people in the rising stars were also besties with the runners, so it does give the illusion that you have to know someone to get in on these awards, or you just have to be already incredibly popular even for the Rising Star Awards. Though it's more of a theory than a fact. But how much can one expect from a reward show? Realistically, as even if you switch to committee, I doubt it would be perceived differently, as value as a creator is hard to rank, no matter what, ending in a popularity contest, because in a committee, they're gonna pick very popular people, maybe more artistic, but if it's by the fan vote, it's gonna be a popularity contest again. There seems to be no quantifiable value on what makes a creator better than the others, other than just numbers at the moment. Then came the fan awards that plague every award show. The Streamer Awards kicking it off with the nomination of VTubers and gasp, women. Well, it wasn't all about that, but a lot of the fighting came to the surface was that. But to be fair, it also could be my feed being biased to me because I'm a VTuber, so I get a lot of the VTuber stuff. So I'll use those two stories for my points because it's my video, and mainly because we do point towards VTubers a lot here. But I feel like they're a good example of the fighting that happens among these awards too. See, I'm not just biased. There's facts in here. Pekuru getting nominated in the Best Streamer category once again put a light on VTubers.
Nominees for Content Creator of the Year are Queso, Ilawan, Techno Gamers, Typical Gamer, and Usada Pekora.
Not with the greatest response, which is funny. People focused a lot on Pekuru, but don't mention that Onigiri was also nominated under Best Creative Arts, which I think should be mentioned more. But not all of it was bad, though Pekuru did get a lot of the flack. Even though she's just happy in the Japanese community, probably very unaware. And if I remember from one of her posts, she was incredibly unaware until she's like, wait, there's a streamer award show? Because Again, showing everyone that just because it's popular in the West doesn't mean everyone knows about it. But not all of this was bad, as some people showed sweet fan art representing the camaraderie between nominees. Honestly, one of the better responses to the average Joe finding out about VTubers. Of course, there was some gooning saying, but my waifu Pakaru has to win because she has hot MILF mommy. I don't know what that means. Pakaru has a hot mom. The other side saying, weebs can't win. But I feel like in the end, it came together. There was some hate and some positive. And I think a 50-50 split is not bad, considering. Next came the women's category, which, let's be real, every category had hot debates on. Did they really deserve their slot? So, I'm not saying this is unique, this is just one of the bigger stories that came out of this, with a lot of fighting among fans. But Emaru called out the fact she's in the streamer category, but not the women's category, which seems odd.
Yeah, guys, I'm nominated for Streamer of the Year. Don't you guys think it's kind of funny how, the token woman is in every big category but the woman category? I wonder why. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Whatever, I'm not going.
Making people wonder, did she just get shoved in there so it wasn't all guys? Making people tinfoil hat. Do a lot of the award shows change nominations to make it more appealing in general? Even if it's not of the benefit of the creator, as Emery might have a chance of winning the women's category and could have possibly swept that category, but going up against Kai Cenat and similar, she stands next to no chance. So even if it had no benefit and it wasn't really her category, she was shoved in there just to make it look better. And a lot of people think that is nomination committees really the best way to go. Leading to a lot of, again, complaining about nominations. Yes, I do think it's very weird you would be in Best Streamer, but not in the female category or the Sapphire category. Which, does anyone know the reason they Sapphire Award instead of like the Woman's Award or something like that? I don't really get it. It just seems like they mush a lot of different kind of categories together. Please someone educate me on that. But continuing, I think a lot of people need to understand these aren't some big, well thought out weird shows, no matter how much QT Cinderella tries to make it seem like that. And let's pretend, Lillian and Filian do not pretend like this is something that's 10 big brains came together. It's supposed to be a fun event. And they don't have a humongous community with an art for talent and achievement. It's just community run, has a specific few creators in charge who's nominated, in charge of who's nominated or who gets through the fan nominations. It's not going to represent the entire streaming or VTubing community, especially smaller fan-run ones, which is a big part of this, because I've seen these go horribly wrong, the small fan one creator ones, where people expect so much in such a professional run show, when a lot of these just aren't it. They aren't big companies, they are just community run. Even the biggest one, QT Cinderella's, the Streamer Awards, she gets donations to run and still has a lot of bumps in the road. They are not a full-blown award show in the same sense of a TV award show, if that makes any sense. I would say the Streamer Awards are getting there, for sure, but it's definitely not in the same level, and I don't think you can expect the same. Seeing people still freaking complain about the Grammys and the BAFTAs and everything like that, because sometimes it is a popularity contest, especially if it's in categories where it's hard to quantify what makes one nominee better than the other. But I feel like these couple stories, especially like the war between Pikaru and all the others, the Casio getting versed off against all the other people, and people just going, who is that? Who is that? Not realizing how big the streaming community is nowadays, how many different creators there are, streaming to thousands of people that you may have never heard of, that I think it's personally kind of impossible to please everyone with a award show unless it's more niche. Then with awards season coming, seeing the gaming awards are also happening right now, which is, I guess, a different kind of feel to it, but with similar complaints. What do you guys think about the Streamer Awards, the VTuber Awards? Are they better than last year or worse? Do you even care about them? I know I kind of just barely tune into them, have a look around, and that's about it. Especially no one wants to get drawn into those kind of fights between who loves their waifu more. That's how you get bit, guys. That's how you get bit. Let me know in the comments below, and like and subscribe, and if you want to see projects early, don't forget to check out the Patreon. I'll catch you next time, my delinquents.